Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to more Zero. Welcome back to the canyon or the cliffs of Oil Rampage, Marakar's favorite map. And today we have Marakar against ViViD. This is a very recent challenge. They played against each other, and this is game number 1. Oil Rampage obviously famous for having literally 7 oils per player, plus you got the refinery in the corner that ViViD doesn't normally capture actually or need. Up in the top right, we have the green player. That is the China Vanilla. That is the Beast, or the Green Beast, as some call him, which is ViViD. Down in the south, playing on his home turf. This is his favorite map, chosen by him. This is a sign player, super weapon general, which is OE Marakar. They're both in the same clan, along with Excal. But they are fighting against each other today in a challenge. Marakar going for a dozer drop. Don't know if he put a unit inside of there as well, did he? Yeah, he got one ranger inside of there as well. Dropping an EMP directly in front of the war factory. If ViViD queues up a troop crawler straight away, they might be able to shut that down. It all depends on if that EMP is able to get up in time and disable it before the troop crawler gets out. Otherwise, it'll be a bit more of a sticky situation for ViViD. So EMP is going to complete, but there's already a troop crawler out. Troop crawler will now be able to clear this up, and that's straight away really a good start for ViViD, because this whole attack's been stopped. That's cost Marakar $1,000 for the dozer, 900 for the EMP, also giving ViViD a good start in terms of XP, and the ranger in there is not going to really be able to do anything. I think he was force firing the oil actually. Yeah, it might have been a little bit better for Marakar there if he had dropped more rangers. It might have been able to hold that long enough to capture that, something like that. But overall, I think against China, that drop is a bit risky, because now I think ViViD has a major advantage. Because he can just basically steamroll everything across the map now. Loads of troop crawlers, loads of tank hunters, which seems to be exactly what he's doing. He's grabbing himself these oils, but he's pulled that red guard off there, which is that is a mistake there from ViViD. But Marakar's basically used that to just buy himself a little bit of time. Wants to try and basically seal the map off, try and get loads of EMPs, fire bases, and get himself to Auroras, whereas ViVid's going to be in a rush now to finish the game before it gets to that point, or at least do significant damage to leave yourself in a good enough position so you can still win that all-important late game. Maybe that EMP should have turned around and shot that. I think it's going to die probably anyway. But it seems like the flashbangs are out for the Rangers that are Marakar's. But now the China spam is beginning. I do like to play China on this map, because you can just get the spam going really quick. Got ViViD back here with this gat. Stopped him from collecting for now. Marakar is spamming from 2 barracks. Does laser lock that gat in the end. Marakar's still trying to grab this oil. These gats a little bit too close to this bunker, but I think he's trying to deny that, but actually didn't deny it in the end. EMP being built on the left, but the problem is not on the left, it's actually in the middle. But Marakar is still pumping out a double barracks. Flashbang Rangers will eventually kill all of the red guards and the tank hunters, and then he can laser lock these gats. It's a mistake there from Marakar, bringing in 1 Chinook. And now fully loaded Vs will be able to kill these gats, but the gats are killing some of the infantry here on the low ground. But I imagine ViViD will be transitioning into MiGs. As I say that, there's the airfield. Looks like he is building at least 1 MiG. Really aggressive war factories from ViViD, literally built in a staggered line, and then a barracks at the front. Wants to keep the pressure on. Wants to basically break through now and try and kill Marakar, ideally in the next few minutes. Because when that search and destroy gets out, Auroras, EMPs, Pathfinders is going to become a lot more difficult for Marakar. Okay, laser lock's coming through, but the Gats and the Flamers are getting a little bit close anyway, still taking out some of the infantry. A VDF for Marakar strays a little bit too far forward and actually runs straight into a gap. Makes now for ViViD come in and wipe out all of the Vs. Expensive loss there for Marakar, and ViViD is now level 3. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear people's thoughts on what they think is stronger here, whether it be the China Vanilla or the Superweapon General. I think it might depend on the level of the players as well as to which army is stronger. I think probably most people will pick the Superweapon General because if both players are evenly matched and it does reach that late stage, Superweapon should just win with the stronger units and the stronger defense. Particles are really cheap, but China is just so good at spamming. Like, and at the minute, I think ViViD is winning because those TVs they're taking out on top of the hill. And this game is full of action so far. Gat still coming forward, taking out these Rangers. Got a Colonel Burton in the mix too. Marakar desperately trying to hold on here, but when the MiGs take off again, you imagine that they're going to be able to break through. Aurora now in the air, but lands straight away. What did it actually kill? Did it kill anything? MiGs now coming through again, hitting the Vs, but the MiG control here from ViViD a little bit poor. Does lose a couple of MiGs for that. Almost a third, but not quite. Spectre gunship now going to hit the airfield here from Marakar. That might be able to take the pressure off himself for a little bit now. Aurora coming in. And so far, Marakar is holding, to be fair, and he's actually ahead in XP now. I think it's these GAT kills that has given him the slight edge now. Pathfinder's out, and he is held against this massive onslaught from ViViD. ViViD is floating 10k, though. Not sure if we're seeing carpet and artillery. As I say that, here comes the carpet. Must have just finished his CC recently, or at least just selected the carpet. Carpet comes through, might kill the EMP and the airfield. Leaves the EMP very, very low, but does kill the airfield with the Aurora on it. Okay, ViViD has been found by a sneaky EMP on the left side that he hasn't seen. ViViD continuing to press forward, but just single file Gats now are not having the same success that all of his attacks have had so far. One of the oars there, ViViD going down. Yeah, Marakar has held, to be fair, but I wonder when he pushes a little bit too far forward like this, runs into Gats and MiGs. Are they just going to be able to be wiped out too easily? A10 comes through, hits the war factory there. Very nice play from both players so far. Some of the best players in the game at the minute are Marakar and ViViD. One more MiG lost. Ooh. One more MiG. Yeah, one MiG for one EMP. I think that's worth it, considering ViViD's the one under pressure to make things happen. He is ahead now in XP again. Artillery coming through. Might be on the strat where he's beaconed it. Marakar only just getting his refinery, which is a huge mistake. So a 10% discount on every vehicle and every aircraft that you've seen for all of them minutes of the game that's been so far. Yeah, big mistake there from Marakar, but he's been under immense pressure. He is now settling into the game more. Building EMPs on the flanks, fire bases. Yeah, I think ViViD has got a hard task ahead of him. He is building a nuke. We've got a particle on the field for Marakar. He's collecting over here with 3 Chinooks. He's just got excess because there was supply crates there in the beginning. Spectre gunship coming through for Marakar. Important to note, from the World Series, ViViD knocked Marakar out, and ViViD didn't lose on any map other than this. He lost 2-0 on this map. Carpet comes through, kills a firebase and a dozer, but does not finish the oil. But the Spectre gunship did take out the oil up in the top left. Okay, Okay, MiG's coming through. Gonna target this other EMP. Lost like 4 or 5 MiGs there for that one. But he did kill the oil though, and he did kill the EMP. Needs to repair his refinery. Could help him later on when the game is going to get insanely close by the looks of things. Aurora's coming through, but one Aurora gets picked off. Colonel Burton used a bit too early there, or probably shouldn't even been used at all. I think there's a case for that. Colonel Burton gets shot down. 2 MiGs there, 3 MiGs there, so we've got 5 MiGs in total. Yeah, very fierce fight so far, and still very even. Both players can even in terms of XP. ViViD slightly ahead. Search and destroy is back up. That beacon needs deleting. That's the new strat down in the bottom right. Got 8 MiGs. Aurora coming from Marakar. If it turns left, yeah, it should survive, actually. But the MiGs are coming in for a strike from the right-hand side, and not enough Avengers here. 1 MiG for like 3 units. 2 Avengers, 2 Vs, I think that looks like. So that is worth it. Not for Marakar, but worth it for ViViD. ViViD is ahead in XP now. Does not have chain guns. He does have enough money for chain guns. Let's take out an Aurora there. I wonder if Marakar's big mistake here is doing something that a lot of super weapon players would do, is when the MiGs are used, then you will go and control fire the side of the airfield, and the airfield will be taken down with all 4 MiGs on it. Because the China's main strength here is his MiGs. You take away the MiGs, all of a sudden that becomes very difficult. In fact, it becomes impossible. So yeah, I think Marakar's making a mistake in that sense. He's playing very good, but I would love to have seen... Like, he wasted that Aurora that hit anyway, and he's wasting... No, almost wasted that one. He is still taking out units. But without the MiGs, though, whilst they're landed, hitting 4 of the MiGs, you would be able to clear up all of this with search and destroy Vs all day long, and if they run into an EMP, they can't do anything. So it's the MiGs you got to take away. There are 2 particles ready, so maybe the particle's going to be used on the airfield when the MiGs land. I think the Aurora's more instant, particle's more easily able to predict because it's going to fire in 5 seconds. Pretty obvious it could hit the airfields. Okay, particle used on the airfield, but they haven't landed. So yeah, I think that's a mistake from Marakar. Particle and the Spectre will team up to try and take out the nuke. Does not finish it, though. And now the MiG's coming through for ViViD, clearing a path. Low power here now for Marakar. And the GATs are able to come in. It's actually not even low power, it's actually an EMP. And the Auroras have been shot whilst they're on the ground. They've got a Vet 3 GAT in the back now, and this is becoming much more difficult now for Marakar. But I think a key issue for Marakar here is that he's just not shot the MiGs with the Aurora whilst they were on the ground. Sacrificed the Aurora for the greater cause. $2,000 unit for like, what, $5,800 worth of MiGs on airfield. I think that is the issue. Artillery coming in. Smashes into the war factory. Is Marakar going to be able to hold this? He's got 1 EMP here, standing strong-ish. A GAT round the back is taking out maybe a Vienna Avenger, was that? It's kind of trapped now in between 2 EMPs. Marakar's still trying to produce missile defenders. He's going to laser load these GATs, but I wonder if that's enough, though, because the MiGs are coming in one more time. Should easily be able to finish that. Could run 1 GAT in. Could run 1 GAT in to distract the fire and then come in with the MiGs. Then you would have a disabled GAT, but you would have saved your MiGs. But either way, did kill it. Carpet bomb coming in. Aurora taking off one more time. Gets a hit, but doesn't pay for itself. Only killed pretty much 1 or 2 Gats at the very maximum. And now that ViViD is broken through, it just becomes so much more difficult for Marakar. He's not got another particle ready to fire for 50 seconds at least. And the production is getting camped. CC's camped. Everything is in danger on this left side. And I think ViViD might have done it. Could be getting Dozer hunted here because the CC's camped. And the only Dozer over on the right-hand side has been stopped. Blaze lock here from Marakar. He's not giving up just yet. He's still got oils. He's still got a drop zone. Still got his refinery. It's only mainly Gats in his base, which will eventually be able to kill the buildings, but they do take a while to kill buildings. But we are going to have that nuke firing in 3 minutes. A10 comes through. Kills some of these Gats. Yeah, still no chain guns. Would wreck these Vs more heavily if he had chain guns. That V probably shouldn't be used. Needs to be put back inside of the war factory to repair. But we've got flamers coming through now. But a few sneaky missile defenders have been made. Meanwhile, Blaze locks that flamer. But there is another one coming. He should be able to easily level the base. Bringing in the big guns. It looks like Mig sacrificed there to kill one of the Vs. Particle now used by Marakar. Is he going to get that flamer? He is. So far holding the CC area, but by the skin of his teeth, really. Really on his last legs, I think. If that CC dies. Not sure he can still win. He's making multiple dozers. Flamers doing their work. CC's taking heavy damage, but another missile defender is snuck out. Blaze locking the flamers. These flamers here are trying to be picked off by the Vs. CC survives, but only just. Don't know why these Gats aren't hitting the dozers. Mix coming through for ViViD. Clears up the Vs. And still Marakar under massive pressure. Got so many units in his base. I think he's done a valiant effort at trying to stay in the game. But yeah, major mistake for me is if it had just got the Auroras when the MiGs had landed, sacrificed the Auroras to kill all of the MiGs on the airfield, I'm sure that game would have been won. Just with that one change, instead of continually hitting the Gats at the front, which yes, you're taking away units, but the main thing that was killing him was the MiGs. They were consistently breaking through his EMPs for his fire bases, killing Vs and stuff like that. If you take away the MiGs, you take away his only power of killing the Vs, and then you can use search and destroy Vs to wreck everything, as USA normally does against absolutely everything in the game. So yeah, GG, well played. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments. I've got the reverse of this coming up in a later video, so look out for that one, and I'll see you in the next one. GG. If you'd like to support the channel whilst also protecting yourself online, consider getting NordVPN using my link in the description. It will hide your IP when playing Zero Out online, either through Aurora or Game Ranger, and you won't lose any internet speed. So use my link in the description for a massive discount and a 30-day money-back guarantee.